Hi, my name is Patrick Dahlkemper. I'm an endodontist here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I started the Balanced Habits program here with Mark and Allie a little over 2 months ago. My history is when I was 45, a little over 2 years ago, I had a kidney transplant because of an autoimmune disease that destroyed both my kidneys. So, after that, with being on a lot of medications, and just psychologically getting through the point where I'm on, parts in my body that aren't mine. I felt weakened. I felt changed physically from the medications. I had a projection of where I was headed after being 2 years after my transplant that I just wasn't happy with. I didn't feel strong. I wasn't happy with my appearance, my energy levels, and just a lot of different processes. With all the different medications that I was on, physiologically, I was having some bad effects too. It caused me to be diabetic. I was on 2 different medications orally to reduce my blood sugar level. And I really wanted to see if I could do something to make myself feel better and feel better mentally and physically, as well as if I can do something to help myself with balancing with these medications. So I knew of Mark's program here, and I knew him from the past. So, I was talking with my son who used to row with Mark. I was inspired to come here and just meet with Mark and get on board, because by looking at his website, I saw that it wasn't just a place to work out, but he talks about the 23-1 program, that 1 hour in the gym, but what do you do with the other remaining hours of your day that complement that? And he also works with a nutritionist, Allie, that I was very interested in. So, I contacted Mark and I met with him towards the end of August and with Allie, and they started me on the Better Habits program. Allie was great.
Balanced Habits.
Balanced Habits.
Balanced Habits, yeah.
So they started me on the Balanced Habits program. Allie customized training to what I was going on physically with my body, with the transplant, the medications I was on, with my needs because of my glucose was not being well managed, even with the 2 different medications. Came up with a customized diet plan where I was actually eating 6 times a day, very structured as far as with a formula for the balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. But nothing was off limits. So I found the transition of going to this diet very easy. I felt like I was eating a lot more because I was eating more often. The biggest transition, or I'd say difficulty, is that my evening meal traditionally always was a larger meal that was way out of balance, and that I had to rectify. But it wasn't that difficult to get on board with. Also with working out with Mark, I found myself, I thought I was in a pretty deep hole, and I found very shortly that I felt a lot more energized. I felt better. Actually, I felt better after I left the gym than just tired when I first started. And now I have much more energy. I feel much stronger and just feel a lot more just confident in myself physically, as well as just emotionally with dealing with what I've had to with my past. The program has been going great for me. I had check-ins with Allie and Mark. My first check-in after my first month was a significant amount of change with measurements, loss of fat, gain of muscle. But more significantly and uniquely for myself is that I routinely have blood work drawn, extensive blood work, every month because of my transplant history. And that is where I found a huge motivation, because it wasn't just how I looked or how I felt, but truly, internally, physiologically, I had an enormous change for the better. My blood glucose fasting at the beginning of August was 199, which was very, very high. And that was on 2 medications trying to help me control that. After just a week with Mark and Allie, I had blood drawn again at the beginning of September, and it had dropped already to 114. In the beginning of August, I had blood values again, and I was down at the low normal range. And talking with my physicians, I'm probably going to start dropping some of my medications. So it hasn't just made me feel stronger and feel more confident and better and more energetic, but it's actually had a significant positive impact on myself physiologically as well. I found that this isn't something that I need to do or is nice to do, but something I have to do for my future, and it's been tremendous and life-changing.
Killer, dude. That was awesome.